Ahoy! This is the third episode of my solo dungeon farming series. If you missed the first two, you can find the links in the description of this video. In this one I'll test the dungeons that require a lot of effort or good gear to finish alone. The second part of Altar of Siena. This is by far the most popular dungeon because of the epic bracelets that you can craft. Other drops include cores and extenders of high and highest grade, bikes, runes, and maximum epic sigmetal items which can be worth a fortune. The greatest advantage is the special drop, the bracelet piece. Since the last update they can also be sold to other players, which means a lot of money. However, those are really rare. You also need a pretty good set to solo the dungeon, and you have to learn the quests. At least those aren't that hard. After 2 full runs where I killed all the second forms of the bosses, I got several cores and some mithril materials. I had no luck with the bracelet pieces this time. And the next one is Forbidden Island, a very underrated dungeon in my opinion. Sure, there aren't any special drops, but you also won't find any force cores in the chests, and this might just be the best source of crafted sigmetal items and health steal runes. Of course, there are the usual upgrade cores, extenders and bikes too. The quests aren't hard to learn at all, and the dungeon is versatile enough with 2 different types of endings if you're bored with the usual one. Also, you get free entries in mail. However, you need a pretty good set to farm this dungeon solo, especially if you don't want to wait 1 minute at that annoying boss. I cannot confirm this, but from what I've experienced so far, the drops are the same no matter which ending you choose. I usually stick with boarding the ship and killing that false pirate captain. I'm the real one after all, but the main reason is time, since I can finish the runs faster this way. After 2 runs I ended up with a few cores and a mercenary card piece which is worth over 20 million. That was purely luck though. And here are a few bonus dungeons where I didn't quite aim for the 20 minutes mark. First, Hazardous Valley Hard. Actually, the reason why I did 3 runs only is that this way I only had to buy 1 entry item from the grocer. This way 3 runs cost only 2.8 million. This dungeon might be the best source of upgrade cores high and highest, and if you're lucky enough you can find mithril epaulets or rings of luck and critical rings +3. However, that about covers all the drops you can get in there. The advantage is that it's fast, gives amazing XP and lots of cores. On the other hand, it's hard to finish without a good set, and the entry item is awfully expensive. After 3 runs, I'm left with a free entry for the next day and about twice as many cores as from any of the other dungeons. Awakened DX dungeons were also on my list, although compared to the previously mentioned dungeons, these should be in a whole new extreme difficulty grade. However, they are as rewarding as they are hard to finish, with upgrade cores and extenders of high and highest grade, all 3 types of bikes, crafted sigmetal, mithril and archidium items, and so on. But the most important drops are the elemental stones, fire, ice, wind and earth stones, which can be exchanged for epic boosters. However, apart from obviously being extremely hard, another disadvantage is that you have to farm all 4 types of the solo ADX dungeons in order to get the stones needed for the epic boosters. So, if you can't finish one of them, it's almost pointless to farm them. Also, the entry item costs 500,000 alls and 1 chaos core, which makes the entries over 3 million each. That's a lot of money. On the other hand, you truly do have a chance for epic drops in these, and 1 upgrade core is guaranteed from the chest of the first boss. You can also do the same as with Hazardous Valley, and buy only 1 entry a day for 3 runs if you keep the reward after the 3rd run for the next day in your mailbox. I did 3 runs of Lava Hellfire and Panic Cave, but the drops are the same in the other 2 and they didn't really fit into the time of the video. Anyway, in both cases I found 1 stone and a handful of upgrade cores, which luckily brought me profit over the price of the entry after all. Well, I believe I've covered all the popular solo dungeons around. Of course, if you want to do them faster, or if you're planning to do a lot more, you can grab a partner. We're talking about a multiplayer game after all. Now, one last thing, I promised a little comparison after all. So here's the top list of the dungeons I've mentioned in the series. I'm going to stress this is my opinion only. It's not something you have to follow, just my preference. So the third most profitable dungeon on my list is Tower of the Dead B1F, because of the plentiful cores and the good chance for the ring material and slot extenders medium. Actually, I had a hard time figuring out whether this one is better than Hazardous Valley Hard, but considering that you can only do 3 runs of HV a day for a decent price, I gave that honor to Tower of the Dead in the end. The second one is Altar of Sienna B2F. Why? Well, perhaps you seldom find bracelet pieces, but still I've had the most outrageous and fatal Sigmatal items dropped in this dungeon. And the first place goes to Awakened DX dungeons. All 4 of them, since they are kinda connected. As hard and expensive as they are, the drops are the best in those and you're almost guaranteed to have an epic booster after a few dozen runs. 3 runs a day means the entries are affordable, and if you do all 4 of them, you won't get bored so easily. So, what do you think? I'm interested in your opinion on the best solo dungeons. Please share your top list in the comments too. I'm looking forward to them. And thank you for watching my mini-series. I hope the videos helped, and instead of a potato for the long video, you'll have to settle with an Ahoy tato. If you found this video helpful, please consider sharing it or subscribing to my channel. Ahoy!